All right, rolling in the Nether Deep today as we start our friends. Oh, here we go. We've got Fire giving some inspos.
Hi, Fire!
Very well appreciated.
Not by us, but by these guys.
As we start and our heroes were
You had to bite down that word.
deep within the Nether Deep, having entered into a vision, it seems, surrounding the early childhood of Alishan, the Apothian, and trying to do some good, even in this vision. They had decided to kill some villagers who seemed to be making life hard on the parents. That will begin.
You say that like they aren't shadowy monsters.
Ciora, we will start with you today.
All right, is that one right in front of me?
You're chilling in the back, blinking with the dumbass.
Okay. In that case, swinging at it with my short sword.
What?
Wait.
Where's the lion? What I said.
So, one level of exhaustion, what does that do to me?
That's -2 to all D20 tests.
Test. So, an attack doesn't count?
It does.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Basically, more or less all rolls.
Okay.
Just...
But I am flanking, so I have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so 26 minus 2 is 24 to hit.
Yes. That will hit.
Alright, so that is 9 for that. 6 for sneak attack. Using the nicked action and my dagger, going to swing at them again. Ooh! For a nat 20, for
Ooh.
28 minus 2 is 26. Does it still count as a nat 20?
Yep.
Okay. So that would be an additional 5 points of damage for that.
Nice.
And then second attack with the short sword for a 13, well, an 11. So I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
11 does not.
Okay, so that'll be my turn.
All right. We'll go to Zill.
And Matt, which one of these looks more injured? Or can Zill tell?
You go to the most injured one.
Okay. So he will recklessly swing away. I also have a level of exhaustion. So that is, wow, a nat 20. Look at us.
Ooh.
The first radiance shines upon us. Wow, what a terrible roll.
Oh no.
And in the same breath, they take it away, exactly. So it's 13 points of magical slashing, followed by an extra 5 psychic damage. Do I also double the psychic damage dice, Matt, on a crit?
If it's a dice,
No. So weapon dice only.
Okay. So that's total of 18 on the first strike, and then...
Well, so it's psychic is from the So because that's included with the weapon, right?
Yeah, it's whenever...
So yes, because that's weapon dice.
I would do it? Okay.
Because it is weapon dice, yeah. It's the abilities that don't get doubled.
Copy that. So then just add an extra 7.
They're dead.
Ooh, wonderful.
Whatever one they were close to, just take it off.
They're right in between two, you dumbass.
Pick one.
Look at the board next time.
Pick one.
Unfortunately, his second attack was only a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, that will hit. Beautiful. That is a whopping 12 points of magical slashing, followed by 7 points of additional psychic damage.
Nice.
And Zil will maintain position, kind of grinning over this thing's shoulder at Siora and complimenting her strike that she made. That's my turn.
All right. Nazan.
I would like to mind sliver one of the guys next to me.
Let's go.
DC 17 intelligence saving throw.
16 for a fail.
Nice. 7 psychic damage. And it needs to subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of its next turn. And I think that's my turn. And my shield goes down.
Nice. And Tyndall.
Till's gonna do what he's been doing. He's gonna try some Toll the Dead on the one between Till and Siora. So wisdom save.
All right. That was a long time to roll that for some reason. 19.
Okay, that'll save. So fortunately, doesn't do much. First, my list of bonus actions. I don't remember if my spiritual weapon was up or not. Doesn't look like it was, so do I burn a spell slot, guys, or do I try to conserve resources? I'm gonna try to conserve the resources. Okay, that's gonna be it. I guess I'll move over to be within reach of Nazan, so that he's just not getting smashed by that. In fact, I'll move side by side with Nazan to try and prevent them from flanking.
I gotta get up.
And then otherwise, that's gonna be my turn.
All right. So good. Perfect. Okay. Search department. Which berserker's going first? Let me know. To these people.
We'll go to inside the house.
All right. So now this one's right next to Tyndall now, right?
Yep.
Very good. We'll go ahead and take their strike on Tyndall for a 13.
That'll miss.
Very good. All right, next one on department.
We'll do this on.
All right, swinging at the Nazan. Coming down with their farm implement for 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right. And finally, I guess we'll go to Siora.
All right, swinging at the one in front of me again.
I mean, it's
Oh, sorry.
natural 20.
Well, that'll hit.
All right, so here we go. And it's a total of 13. Slashing. They come down with their pickaxe. Whoop. And then we'll go up to Siora.
Okay, well, the one that just hit me, gonna hit him too. All right.
Oh, don't forget that you have a mote of possibility as well from Fortune's favor.
Okay. Well, so 28 minus 2 is 26 to hit with my short sword.
That hits.
Okay, so that's 11 piercing. That's magical, plus my sneak attack for another 6.
Nice.
Using the nicked action, gonna swing at him with the dagger. For a 22 to hit.
That hits.
For an additional 3 points of damage.
Nice.
And then second attack with the short sword. For a 23 to hit.
That hits.
For an additional 6 points of magical piercing.
Very good.
And that will be my turn.
And we go to Zill.
All right. First reckless attack is a 12 to hit.
Yes, they were finally stepped to the side, more like they're nursing their wounds, and they go erratically, and your blade goes over their head. Ah.
Oof. Growling in frustration, he makes another strike for a 25 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 9 points of magical slashing and 5 points of additional psychic damage.
Very nice.
That is my
Ew.
turn.
Yeah, bloodied. They were bloody, but you know. All right, and Nizan.
So on the one I'm high slivered last time, I'm going to do Toll the Dead. DC 17 Wisdom. Minus a D.
They will fail.
Cool. And that's 2d12s because they've been damaged. What does a d12 look like again? That is 13 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
And that'll end my turn.
Mm, cool. Then Tyndall.
Tyndall is going to keep trying to free up his frontliners so that they can come join us by casting Toll the Dead again. DC 17. Or 16.
All right. The same one that Nizan was going, right?
No, this is the one between Siora and
Okay.
Zill.
Got it. So wisdom save.
Yep.
14.
Cool. That will fail. We got 2d12 plus 4. There we go. 15 plus 4 for 19 necrotic damage.
All right. How do you want to kill him?
I was going to say some crazy incantation thing, but I don't have anything off the top of my head, guys. Sorry, I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, he'll just like as he's facing up against the ones in front of him, he's just going to turn his hand back, and you watch as it withers into a husk between Siora and Zill, so that they can come join.
Fatality.
Nice. All right. So we got one here by the Nizan. Goes to strike for 16.
This is. I shall now refer to myself as the Nizam.
All right. And then,
The other one that's left is in front of me, right?
yeah. She hasn't taken the other one off yet. And would it be the one he just killed that's between Siora and Zill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was one over here. Well, there's
Alright.
2 right there, right?
Yep.
My bad. I misheard which one he killed.
The 19 to hit.
That is a miss.
Whew, swing and a
Bounces
miss.
off the shield.
Nice. Shoot up. All right. Ciora.
Well, seeing as there's nothing out here, I'm gonna follow Tyndall in to there. Do I have enough movement to get in near one of them?
Is how much? 15?
40.
yes,
I have
she
40,
has-
so 20.
You can get right on this side.
Why is her movement halved?
Water. Right? No, why?
She's got a swim speed because
Yeah.
she's within 30 feet
If it's
of me.
40, she has 30 because of exhaustion.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Or 35 because of exhaustion, rather.
Okay, so I am going to swing at that one for a 22 to hit.
That hits.
That will be 11 points of magical piercing
Nice.
using the nicked action with the dagger. Ooh, for a nat 20
Nice.
for an additional 7 points of damage plus some sneak attack for an additional 7 points of damage. And then second hit with the short sword.
Okay, so that sneak attack did kill them.
Oh, okay.
Do that second attack to the other.
If I have enough movement to get to him, I will. And that was a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So he gets 11 points of magical piercing damage. And that will be my turn.
Very good. And Zill.
Zill's going to bound over to the remaining enemy and letting out a almost silent battle cry, which really just results in a explosion of bubbles from his mouth. First reckless attack is a 18 to hit
That hits.
for 11 magical slashing and an additional 5 psychic damage. 16 total. And then his final reckless attack, a whopping 12 to hit.
That will miss.
I think the fatigue is catching up to Zill. You also see this spiny growth catching his palms and then spreading up his forearms, because I completely forgot to narrate my ruidium corruption and what it looks like, but that is what is happening.
Oh, yeah. Corruption has begun.
And that is my turn.
Good. Nazan.
Nizan is gonna go ahead and pull the dead on this one. Wisdom 17.
Okay. Let's go. 14.
Fails. 14 points of necrotic damage.
Very good.
But just a quick point of clarification. I remember that when we came in here, because it was a memory, it was like we were in air, not water. Is that incorrect? Am I remembering incorrectly?
You're correct. No one's swimming.
Okay.
Or Grone tried to correct that. She was saying it really quickly.
Oh, well, just Zil said that he blew up bubbles. So,
Oh,
it was, yeah.
yes,
Okay.
correct.
Wanted
You're
to clarify
currently not in water from your perceptions. All right. Tyndall.
Okay, Tyndall's gonna do what he's been doing the whole time. He's gonna follow Nazan's lead and try to hit this thing with some more necrotic damage. So, wisdom save, DC 16.
$13.
Okay, so 2d12 plus 4 is Ooh, 23 points of necrotic damage. That was a really good roll, guys.
How do you want to kill it?
Same thing. He's just after putting his hand back to watch the other one. He turns forward with his shield in front of him and puts his hand up again to watch this thing crumble into a dried husk.
All right. And finally fades. His mother and father there kind of grasp themselves. They thank you.
You're welcome. Hassan will try and help them up.
Mm-hmm. Do you gotta put them up.
Why were they attacking you?
They just look at you. Don't worry, Alex. Don't worry about it. Just get back inside. Everything's all right. They just don't understand.
Are they corporeal, Matt, or do they look?
They are. They're corporeal.
And they're addressing Siora as though she is
Yeah.
Alex Sean. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna puzzle Zill. He'll just look confused.
Also, remember we are telepathically connected. We can all communicate through our minds. It's a. Nizan will think this to everybody. It's a memory he's reliving. It's almost like we're not here.
Tendo will reply, I think we are playing the role of Alex Sean.
Okay. Still, are you okay?
I feel weak. And he's gonna hold up his palms, which are now kind of scabbing over, visibly red, appearing almost burned. I felt the axe. It burns me when I faltered. But I can continue. I'm still fit for battle.
Okay. So
As you sit here, you find yourselves getting supported once more by water. And you hear in your minds, what I understood from a young age is this. Because of me, they would always suffer. You're in this dark grotto. And from here, you can see tunnels that lead both west and east. What would you like to do?
These long passages, short passages.
Both passages. You kind of look, it's hard because they curve, but you'd
Okay.
guess they're around 20 feet or so.
Anybody have a feeling about one direction or the other?
So east is the direction to the capital, to Rasana. It's where the sun rises from. All good roads in the dynasty lead east eventually. And that's Zill's incomprehensible logic for which way to go.
I think Nisan will smile over at him and say, "Into the light of the beacon." It's as good a reason as any, I suppose, unless someone has a really strong feeling.
No, I guess I'm okay with east. Is that okay with you, Tyndall?
Unless you want to send a familiar to scout it before we go walk into it.
Zill will kind of cock his head and communicate to Frogacina to go swim off and transform or turn invisible so that she can see what's ahead.
Okay. Going east, you see a short tunnel and coming into about a 20-foot diameter room. It's mostly empty and dark, except for a few patches of seagrass growing near the walls.
Looks like just an empty chamber up ahead. It appears safe to her eyes anyway.
All right. If there's nothing for us to avoid, sounds like a good enough direction to me.
Okay, I'll be checking for traps before we move down the hallway.
All right. Doing so, you check and
Would you like me to roll something?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay. Okay, so 21 minus 2 is 19.
Okay. All looks clear as you come into a room and find yourselves once again feeling like the buoyancy of the water has left you. The walls of the chamber shimmer as you enter another memory. Fragmentary recollections fill your mind. You recall Alex Shan as a daring teenage boy who wanted to take part in a village hunt. The vermilion moon was shining full that night. And you remember Alex Shan telling himself that he was strong enough to overcome it. You remember him donning a cloak and joining the hunt in secret. Your awareness shifts to a clearing in the moonlit forest. Its beauty is belied by the thick scent of blood and the sound of frantic shouts. You see a hunt captain. Her skin dark, you recognize a drow of Roshana has been mauled by 2 owlbears here in the red moonlight. Her body torn asunder. And others have seen now where they come. As you come in, you see owlbears escaping, scattering a herd of deer as they flee. Sakiri, the captain, is bleeding out. She's coughing up blood, and packs out of panic are going through, coming out of the hunters themselves. Those beasts were going to see us through the winter. We'll be short now. Alexan has run off. Sakiri's not going to make it. She needs tending. You hear in your mind, I learned the price of my selfishness early. I just wanted to hunt among them, to be with them. He sighs and groans. It doesn't matter. Sakiri died that night, and I will carry that regret until I join her. What would you like to do?
Tindo would like to go to this drow who seems to be the leader and cast Cure Wounds.
As you approach, there's 4 guards around her. Their faces are shadowy and almost faceless, like featureless. Be off with you, your curse on all of us.
But I can restore her. Will you not let me?
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Can
Oh,
still help. Oh, never mind. No help necessary. Heck yeah.
roll 19 on the dice, guys, for a 25.
Nice. They back up, sheathing their swords. Fine. Letting you near Sakiri.
Yeah, Tindo will approach and cast Cure Wounds
Okay. Roll the dice there.
for 9 hit points.
Right. She opens her eyes, struggles to sit up. As she kind of looks at you and begins to speak. Go on, boy. Take one of the carcasses to your ma. Tell her you did a good job tonight. I don't know if a curse truly follows you, but people believe it does. And that's enough for them. And you hear Alekshan whisper, I have watched Sakiri's death 1,000 times. It never stops tearing my soul apart. But now I know what she would have said had she lived. It is not what I expected. After so long.
Zill speaks across the Oh, sorry, Matt, if I interrupted you.
You're good.
I was going to say that Zill will pipe up across the telepathic bond. It is though we are correcting his miseries, his regrets. Yes, we witness his hardship, but we intervene.
I don't know if that's the path to recovery for him or not, but I can't bring myself to let the path of leaving it be the path we take.
And he carries around guilt for things he should not carry. A child, a boy. These are mistakes of, well, the being a child thing is not his fault. His parentage is not his fault. It's what moon he was born under is not his fault. So that is the things his parents had to endure because of stupidity should not be his to bear. Or should this, an action of a child. In order to learn, we make mistakes. And he wanted to be included. Who doesn't? If we can correct these things, then I think we should do our best to try. He gives a pointed look at Zill, and he talks about things that are not theirs to necessarily bury that they can't control. But let's it go after that.
Which is true. He suffered much because of the superstitions, the foolish beliefs of his people. If he'd been born elsewhere, he would not have suffered so. I'm heartened that we are resolved to help where we can. Yes? We are united in this?
Yes.
I agree that I think we should help.
Yes, of course.
This is such a poor end for a champion of these gods. They've allowed him to be forgotten. They allow him to fester in this torment. Apologies, Tyndall, if any offense is given, but I don't understand this.
I don't either, but it could be that they needed his power to do something greater. And they sent us when they were able. Perhaps
That
we
seems
are,
to get over. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, man.
perhaps we are their instruments for restoring him.
Zil does react very strongly to that. He looks visibly angry. And he'll say that I am no instrument of any of your gods. And there's just like a level of animosity that is very new.
I don't presume to know the will of the gods or their plans or machinations. All I know is that this man served them and made his choice to be the hero at great cost. I don't know why they left him. Perhaps we'll learn. But like I said, I don't know that we will understand. The gods aren't always straightforward in their approach.
Zil kind of strides over closer to Nizan, and he's not responding to Tyndall, letting it kind of lie for now, but obviously still uncomfortable.
So in the link that is just Nazan and Zil, he'll say, "We are unsure whose will this is, but this all started once we were involved. So for all we know, we're working the will of the Lux, who has seen this hero suffer for so long. Has called on a great warrior, and he will squeeze Nazan's arm, Zil's arm. A very smart furry guy, and some really great friends to correct that injustice."
Zil just kind of grunts in acknowledgement, and he'll sort of touch his forehead to Nazan's in silent agreement.
Well, is there another way out of here? Now back to everybody. Or does anybody want to look around? There was that bear in the other place, right? We saw the bear. The rocking horse, maybe?
Oh yeah, with his name, or part of his name.
Is there something here?
Search the room.
I mean, you're outside.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then never mind. There's no room.
So at any rate, you kind of as you've kind of decided you're done here, the scene fades and you find yourself floating once more. And the room is as you saw through the familiar, except you see a small chest now on the floor.
Check the room for traps.
So give me a perception check.
Uh, 25.
25. Appears to be no traps.
All right. Check the chest for traps.
Sure, give me perception.
That would be a 15.
Looks clean.
All right. Check the lock. Is there a lock?
No, it's unlocked.
Okay. Open it.
Open up. You can see 15 tiny rubies. I think are worth about 100 gold each.
Tyndall, Nizan, anybody need some rubies?
Not an immediate need that I can think of, but perhaps we should take them with us.
Before we touch them, perhaps we should make sure that they aren't magically dangerous. And Tyndall wants to make sure they're actually magical rubies, so he's going to pull out a scroll of detect magic, and he's going to use a scroll of detect magic.
Sounds good. You do. They don't seem magical. They seem like regular rubies.
Cool. Well, I think we should collect them and save them for later, but I don't have any particular need of them at the moment.
Well, we definitely should take him. Do one of you two want to hold on to him?
Sure, I can take him.
All right, from here, the only other way out of this space is a passage to the north.
I'll send Messina in frog form invisibly.
Okay. Send her. It's going quite a ways. It seems like the passage begins to turn to the west after about 50 feet. This travels another 100 feet along the passage. Here before come to another water-filled grotto. The passages more to the south and north.
Should we carry on?
Yeah.
The only thing I would be worried about is running into ambushes from the my brain. Vermilion Dream. Court of the Vermilion Dream. That's the one. Running into their team. But otherwise, I think we should continue.
Should we go north?
Well, we need to make it to the next passage before we choose that direction.
I thought we were in a room with two passages, north or south. Did I mishear that?
I think we're still in the room with the chest. Zill just sent the...
Yeah,
Oh,
you said
right.
Samoya
Okay.
went north. You guys haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I think the only way out of here was north, and then the passage turned to west.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, unless you backtrack. So what'd you like to do?
Yeah, Zill will be following Messina at a safe distance. And for point of order, Matt, if it ever matters, the tether is 100 feet for the telepathy and seeing through their eyes and stuff.
Okay, so you would
So-
keep on a little bit at least.
Yeah, Zill's always keeping within that range, just in case you have something that needs to happen. Zill's always doing that. But yeah, once they get to that room, I don't know. Zill's just gonna pick a direction at random. He wants to go north.
Azan is close by, following him.
Following Nizan.
Alright. Come into the room, and once more, your consciousness melds with the Apothians. You remember a tale from the Calamity, when Alekshan took shelter in the home of 3 women. For one night, the women fed Alekshan and gave him a bed to sleep in. Now you stand outside their home, near which are planted 3 unsightly gravestones made of jagged red crystal. In your mind, you hear them say, you hear Akshan say, "They welcomed me into their home. Why can't I remember their name or faces? Please, Help me remember.
So we remember this story and then saw the gravestones. We didn't see a flash of them ahead of time, right?
No.
Okay.
Just outside the house.
Go look at the gravestones.
Look at them. They seem to be made of solid iridium and bear no inscriptions.
And can I try and think of the legend and see if I can figure out what the names are?
You never heard their names in the legend.
Oh, okay.
Does the earth look disturbed, like they were recently buried?
No.
And I'm sorry, did you say this is outside their home?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna check the door and check it for traps.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Ooh, 15.
Doesn't appear to be trapped.
Check to see if it's locked.
It's open.
Open the door. And peek in.
Peek in. Corpses and smashed furniture are strewn throughout the ground floor of the house, which contain a living room and a kitchen, plus a small dining room. A damaged staircase leads to a second floor bedroom.
Cautiously walk in.
Like to follow? And inside, I'd like to start looking around, see if there's any sort of clue as to who these people were.
Okay. Where do you want to start looking around?
The dining room.
Okay. Come in. And you see herbs, bottles, and incense sticks lie scattered across a work table and on the floor in one corner of the room. Just searching. Give me an investigation check.
I'm going to use one of the inspirations that Fire put in the chat.
All right.
Super glad I did, because that's a 1 and a 2 on the die for a total of 11.
You look through. You do see a book lying under a chair entitled Scents for the Seasons. Written on the book, you see the name Celeste Zenthas.
In my mind here, there's also maybe Celeste Centos. There's this book here. And I'll hold on to it.
I'm going to cautiously go up the stairs.
Okay. Head up the stairs into the bedroom.
Yeah, and I'm going to search the bedroom. Under the bed, well,
Yeah.
if there's a bed, in any drawers or cabinets.
Yeah, you see what looks like very neat and tidy. Someone attempting to in various weapon implements. Someone training with weapons. Give me an investigation check.
Well, dirty 20, so 8.
You look about, find bits of armor and various diagrams of fighting stances, and then finally a empty sheath for a short sword, in which is carved the name Mary.
I link to the group and say I found a sheath up here that has the name Mary on it. Is this the only room up here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What were the other two? What do you want to do?
On the first floor is a dining room and is there a living room or something?
A kitchen.
Kitchen. Okay. Yeah, I guess Tyndall would take the kitchen.
All right. You see strewn about is flour and a dough that looks like it was just in the course of being put together. Give me an investigation check.
Cool. As he's looking around, Tyndall will call out to Zill. Hey, Zill, you like pastries? Anything in here good?
Zill's eyes light up. He'll root around.
So 27 on the investigation.
7. You're around and you find a torn bag of cinnamon spattered with blood and tied shut with a green ribbon. Next to it is a little folded note that reads, Marissa, for that little cake you like so much.
Looking sorrowful, Zill's just going to kind of wordlessly hand that over. Oof. I feel like solving these puzzles only brings greater heartbreak. Maybe we should just not. Ignorance is bliss.
And as you read this last name here, you see 3 ghosts of women rise from female corpses in the main room. Angry. Screeching. One screams, "Our home defiled!" With that, one sec actually. Go to this other one. They scream and smells of burnt cinnamon, sweat, blood, and melted herbs burnt herbs fill the night air here. What's that? Can roll for initiative, please.
Right.
7.
All right, I see everybody. That big 28 for Siora.
Does that put me first again?
Yes, you are first.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to stay first this time, and I'm going to put my hands up and say, this was not because of us. We are not here to harm you.
Okay. Anything else?
I will have my hand on my weapon just in case I need it, but I'm trying not to anger them by threatening them.
Got it.
Or
Tyndall.
anger them more than they already are.
Right.
I think Tyndall's going to follow Siora's lead here. And he'll take the dodge action, but otherwise he's going to reiterate. We're just here to find out what happened, not to do anything else. We want to know how this came to be.
Okay, you shout out. The one keeps saying, defiled! And we can have, as she screams, and you start to see all over her a series of burns and slashes, and evidence that her chest had been ripped open in an attack. And I need a wisdom saving throw from everyone.
If you have Intellect Fortress, you have advantage.
This is for frightened.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16.
Sorry, Julie asked if
Oh,
they had intellect. Yes, so it's on you and Zill.
Okay. Well, with that, I got a 14. If I have to subtract -2 from that, it's 12.
yeah, you would.
So it's 12.
Okay. So DC here is 13, I believe. I have Sierra failing. Did everyone else pass?
My rolls
You
have
said it.
disappeared.
It wasn't a charm effect, correct?
Correct. It's frightened.
So the advantage is only on charm.
Yeah, I would pass.
Wisdom, right?
Yep.
That's 22.
So it's just Julie or Sierra. You get the frightened condition. Congratulations. And you have this would be 12 psychic damage.
Which intellect fortress you are resistant.
So then it'd be 6.
Yes. Indeed. The next one here, smelling of incense, snarls. We sheltered him. We died for him. As you see a spear manifest that seems to be stuck in her throat as it bleeds all over her chest. And I need another set of my wisdom saves.
25.
Only a 5, even with advantage. Zill fails.
Okay. So it looks like Zill's the only fail. And that will be 6 psychic. The Gift Fortress.
Is that for all of us? Or just the failures?
The failures.
Okay.
And you are frightened, Zill. And then the third one, here goes. And She doesn't speak. She just looks as you see her eyes hollow out as if 2 daggers have been stuck in them, and black ichor comes from them. And I need the wisdom saves again.
Four.
14.
I'm going to use a reaction to spend a charge on the 2 of 3 prayers to re-roll.
Roll your wisdom save. Like, I'm a cleric. I can't be failing this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I rolled a 2 on the die. It's really hard to do worse than that. 25.
All right. It looked like everyone passed on that one. And so you are unaffected. Nazan. So we'll say they're about at least 15 feet away from everybody.
I'm gonna try and stick with everybody else for the moment and say, we're sorry for what happened to you. And the reason it happened is terrible. But it didn't happen because of him. It happened because of others. You did a good thing and you were kind, and I'm sorry something terrible happened. But we did not do this to you. He is not responsible for what happened to you.
All right. Then we go to Zill.
Yeah, Zill's gonna adopt a non-threatening posture, even though he is now terrified of what he's seeing, and he's instinctively kind of backing away until he butts up against, the interior wall of whatever room we're in, and I think he is asking out loud, what can we do to resolve your turmoil? How can we put you to proper rest? We come to liberate the half-god. We come to free him from these torments, and you.
Okay. Scream out, and they still seem to be in rage. Siora.
Just like Zill, I'm frightened of them, and I am gonna cautiously step back, keeping my hands up, and say, really, we're not here to harm you. We're just trying to figure out what's going on, and I watch them very cautiously as I slowly step backwards.
All right. Tyndall.
Tyndall is going to say, we really just need to calm down so we can talk. And he's going to cast Calm Emotions and try to get everybody he can in a 20-foot radius sphere. Each humanoid, so I don't know if they're humanoid or not, has to do a charisma save. You can choose to fail. And if you fail, you either have immunity to the charm. So for allies, I'll give them immunity to charmed and frightened conditions, or actually it just suppresses it. And then for the creatures, they would become indifferent.
Yeah, they're undead technically. So
Okay. So they are unaffected.
It doesn't work on mimics either, just FYI.
Okay,
I tried.
so fears repressed for Siora and Zill, it sounds like. Repression of emotions
Tyndall
is
and
all good.
Nazan would be immune.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Very cool. It represses as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it suppresses for Siora and Zil, who are already affected, and Tyndall
And
and
is
Nazan
immune. Yeah.
become immune.
Very cool. All right. With that, they push forth here. And 2 of them are going to surround Tyndall, and 1 goes right on Nazan, because you 2 are the front line at this point. So we'll go Tyndall. They reach out, trying to strangle and scratch and tear at you. So got 13 for a miss, 18 for a miss.
Permits, yep.
I've got a natural 20. As this one grasps around your neck, and you feel as though it's being slit by 1,000 blades for 35 necrotic damage.
Ouch.
Dang. Okay.
That was a crit. and one last strike for 23 to hit, Tyndall.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 14 necrotic damage. And 2 strikes on Nazan. 22 to hit.
Shield.
All right. Grimacing at being repelled. And the 17 misses on the shield as well. So, I'm going to say they were 15, so they came 15. And then they're going to be ghosties and go through the floor. And then kind of back up and come back into view. So I'm being a little fair. Not being as vicious as I could be with ghosts. Nazan.
The one that, when they became active, we sort of smelled herbs and flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to walk over and try handing her her book. We do not wish to take these things. We're only trying to learn who you are. We want to remember you. We want to be able to add your story into the tales about the half-god. It's not right what was done with you. And also, FYI, for folks with the mode of possibility, you can use that on an attacker as well to make them reroll. Just FYI, people who've been hit with natural 20s.
Oh, I didn't realize I could use it that way. That's helpful.
I pasted how it works in the chat so you can refer back to it.
Very good. They seem to look. Their minds they still seem overcome with rage, as though your words and even showing this, it's not getting through to them. So we'll go to Zil.
Zil, he's just looking despondent at his hands, where they have become covered in this virulent looking rash where he's been burned by the ruidium, and this enormous great axe, and thinks that he's suited for violence, and that's how he resolves conflicts. That's how he bulldozes through barriers that pose themselves to this group, and he doesn't want to hurt these spirits, but he's looking conflicted. And I think technically I narrated that Zill handed the little pouch of the cinnamon, I think, or flour, with the ribbon on it. I think I narrated that he handed it over to Tyndall, and he's just kind of gesture futilely at that, and say across the link, "I don't know how to help them, besides putting them down."
Zill, give me an insight check.
Well, Matthew, I am famously good at... Oh, wait! I have the Acolyte background. I am okay at wisdom check.
And there's inspiration in chat if you want to use it.
You also have advantage from the Vecna link.
Heck yeah, let's go. All right, this could happen. This could really happen. Well, it's a 14.
14. You're focusing on these ghosts. And you recall powers of the Luxon, the way that it works, and it opens up all possibilities. But this isn't one of those. You even think about how your instinct is to fight, just like the Apothians. And this is the Apothian's mind. Whole place is when you see these visions, you are linked with him. And you realize you're trying to soothe these women. And they're not the ones that are really angry. They're not the ones filled with regret. It's the mind of the one you are in.
Zill's gonna look to Tyndall and Nazan and speak telepathically across the link. What did the half-god want? What did he ask of us here? What did he need?
To remember their names and their faces.
Shit, I wrote it down. So on the little ribbon was a note. It says Marissa, for that little cake you like so much. And so we'll just recount that out loud.
Nice. You say alone. The smell of cinnamon fills the air. As the one ghost's look softens, and her hands become covered in flour. Looks kindly. So then we'll go to Siora.
Well, following Zill's lead, I say, Mary, and hold up the sheath with the name on it.
That her eyes, the daggers kind of fall out as she looks at you. You speak for the Apothian.
Yes.
And Tyndall.
Tyndall, having been brutally damaged. And I don't know if because I kind of imagine that we kind of separated to search the house, so I don't know if we've all seen all of the names.
You did have the link up too, so
I guess that's true. But also the book is in the hands of Nazan, though I guess you are holding it out.
Yes, and I did specifically say I said the name through the link to everyone.
Okay. Realizing it's probably best to end this before anything else goes down rather than try to heal himself, Tyndall will walk over to Nazan and take the book and hold it out to the one and say the name Celeste Zenthes. Remember your craft.
and you speak that out, and the air comes of incense. Of course. Yes. Yes. They three speak together. You who came from the Apothian, what message do you bring? What do you say to us now that you see what happened after you left Apothian?
It was never his intention for you to suffer. He's sorry. He sacrificed terribly for you, and he won great victories against the betrayer gods. Only possible because you sheltered him.
Marissa, the one whose name you called, comes over to you and puts her hands on your cheeks. Alekshan, when they came for us, I feared they would kill you too. It is good to hear your voice. Be well, and do not mourn. No one can harm us anymore. And she fades away.
Just want to clarify, we are out of rounds, right?
Yeah, it can go as you
Okay,
so
so-
desire.
Okay. To Celeste, Nazan will say, he's sorry for what happened to you. He never wanted this for you. But he is grateful for the aid you provided him.
Celeste comes up. I would die for you, moon-cursed and moon-blessed, 1,000 times if need be. As she fades away.
Sierra will look at Mary and say, he's sorry that this has happened to you. He is very thankful for the respite that you were able to provide for him in his time of need. And he wishes you all to be at peace.
I died like a soldier, like my mother. What happened was neither our fault nor yours. Be well, Alekshan. She fades. And you hear Alekshan's voice once more. The crawling king's horde destroyed them, and I was not there to help. Yet they forgave me. Was that truly all it took? And you all are find yourself back in a watery chamber. And there is movement of stone. You hear coming from another room. There's a chamber opens to the northwest. So when you came in, you had a south and a northeast. Now you have a northwest, plus the way you came.
Jindal, do you need a minute to recover?
It's probably a good idea. I know Siora could use some topping up too. Yeah, I guess I'll use Word of Vitality. That's my last third level. It's 8. Seven. 4. 6. Sorry, guys. It's gonna take a minute to roll this 10 times. Oh, that'll do it though. Cool. And then Siora at 6. Another 6. Another 6. And 3. And that's all 10.
Thank you.
And seeing that you're still a little beat up, I will cast.
I can use a potion of healing.
All right. So Tyndall will come up to heal you, and you wave him off, and he'll back off.
Don't you touch me. I got to push the healing. Get out of here.
So an additional 7. So that's good enough for now. I think we should consider this new passage that has opened up.
I agree. I like the idea of following paths that open specifically to us.
Should I send Frogacina through?
Yes.
See if she gets blown up. Okay. I'll have her dart through.
All right. She darts through and comes to another chamber, much like many of the others, but rising from the floor in the center of the grotto is a marble pedestal, above which floats a wispy mote of light.
So we'll share that and begin drifting in that direction.
I'll follow Seal, but Bobby wants to turn away.
Ciora is intrigued, so she's definitely following Zill.
Yep, Tyndall's going to follow it.
All right. You go forward and you hear in your mind, these regrets are all I have. The only thing that remains is to take the path I walked to get here. What would you like to do?
I would like to wander around the pedestal and see if there are any markings on it.
There are none.
Any markings on the ground around it?
No.
Is the pedestal with the mote of light on it the only thing we see in here?
Indeed.
Nizan, Tyndall, what do you make of this?
Matt, does this feel like something we've ever seen before?
No.
Does it seem like a creature? Like, are its movements erratic like a creature, or are they more?
Slowly floats there. I would say Nazan, go to give me an Arcana check. Tundu can give me a religion check.
17 on Arcana.
18 on religion.
Examining this seems to be quite a physical embodiment or piece of the regret of the Apotheon. This whole place, this realm, is almost like Alexand's psyche that you're currently swimming in. And this is a fragment of his suffering. And you feel like any one of you could decide to bear it, to further understand him. And that would help you on this path that he keeps talking about. He says, take the path I walked to get here. To remember and absorb his life.
Zil does find it kind of entrancing, and he has a history of a kind of, thanks to the Heroic Chronicle, being visited by what appeared to be a falling star. And he wonders if all those years ago it perhaps prepared him for something like this. And he'll begin approaching it. And unless he's interrupted, he'll kind of cup it in his hands.
Matt, do I feel like only one person can bear it?
Indeed. There may be many more here.
Okay. I do not stop him, but if there's any way I can reinforce him through our link, I would like to try and do it. If not, that's cool.
Okay. And then as Zil grabs it, all of you feel yourself not being transported, but a vision flowing into your minds of a night. Silent. Not silent of the night, but almost in noises coming in from outside. Root is shining balefully as you witness a child being born. The child does not cry. It's just silent as they come out. Hard to see where Rudis's glow and blood end and begin. The midwife refuses to hold him. Even he knows. She rasps to his mother as she clutches the baby, trembling. His little soul prepares for the dread omens that will haunt him the rest of his life. And then your sight here is pushed back. And this fragment enters Zil. And you see silvery threads come from Zil and take it in, as is absorbed and combined with Zil's own soul. And then the room is dark.
Is there anything in here or any other way out of here other than the way we came in?
There's a way north.
It's time to go over to Sil. Are you okay?
I am. I feel. And he'll kind of look back towards the rest of the group. I feel. Oh, I'm looking at the fragment. Okay. Okay. I feel lonely. But it is easier when you are near to me.
Then I will never tarry far. Shall we move on?
Yeah, I think we should. Should we follow the exit out of this room?
Yeah.
Zil,
Yes.
would you like to send Messina ahead?
And he'll kind of shake himself back out of this stupor that he's been. He's kind of looking at his chest, the place where the moat entered him, and just snapping out of it, he'll command his closet to scout ahead for us.
Okay. Then remind me, is everyone dark visioning here?
I actually do not have dark vision, Matt, because I'm using the Asimar traits.
Okay. So come in here. It is dark and black here.
That's not true. I do have dark vision. I'm sorry.
I also have dark vision.
I also have dark vision.
Also, dark vision, though I do have the capability of casting light if we need it.
Okay, so everyone's seeing black and white here. All right. Grayscale. Remember that. Around. It goes north and then kind of curves to the west, and then essentially south to the east before it seems like it's going to curve more back to the north, almost spiraling before let's see, it gets 100 feet from you. You following her through?
Yeah, so will.
Yeah, and this time instead of Dazan being just behind, he's gonna walk behind, beside Sil, if the space allows.
And the other two of you just going along?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Case. You push out. And into a cavernous space. Here. And as the door opens, you can see, and you catch up to Messicina. A current threatens to pull you inside the chamber, the walls of which are lined with ruidium spikes. The Apothian's ragged breathing is audible in every heave of water. Thermovents in the floor give off swirling bubbles, dim light, and warmth. What would you like to do?
Sil's just drifting in the current. And he'll kind of look to Siora and speak across the bond. Is there anything to find here?
That's a very good question. I'd like to see if there's anything that we might deem important.
Okay, so does seem to be a way to move throughout this passage, both to the north and roughly to the south. So you're spending time like searching around here, or?
Well, I mean, if there's a way that I can.
You can swim around and search. Just it sounds like you're gonna spend some time doing this.
Well, if that's what the rest of the group wants me to do, I mean.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to hold us up if they would rather continue than looking around here.
Tyndall would point out that where there's ruidium, we're more likely to find the vermilion tree. So we should be on full alert. Especially if we're going to spend time here.
They make a good point. They would try to extract this material, and who knows how they might have blundered into these visions that we've seen, what they might have done to worsen the state of the half-god's mind. But have we seen any evidence of them, Matt, so far?
Not as of yet, but you do remember that you kind of did talk to who their team was going to be and send them on their way.
Yeah, so they would have dispatched the rivals to get in here. Not necessarily had a presence themselves.
That's what you got from the rivals.
Yeah,
They were searching for the regime to get in here.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean another team might not come or be coming, but you might essentially be here a little before the team. It depends.
Well, maybe we should move on. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, Julie. I just have really bad perception.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a feel for what's happening. That's why I'm asking these questions. Like, just what are we doing to do this?
Well, so aside from the vents and the bubbles and the ruidium spikes in the room, do I see anything else? Just by looking.
Right. So, I mean, just like looking around now.
Okay. Just at a kind of quick glance, I don't really see anything other than what everybody else sees. The vents with the bubbles and the spikes or crystals of ruidium.
Perhaps we move on then.
Yep.
Which direction should we go? Continue north?
Our choices were northeast and west. Is that right?
Ultimately, so essentially north and east. Or back. Don't count the.
And north was the way with the stronger current, right? That leads in through the resistant spikes. Or did I misunderstand?
Yeah, so coming out, it would be easiest to. It's like about 10 feet to the entryway. That would go east. The north entrance is on the other side of the room, so you'd have to go through the ruidium spikes.
I think for now east, if everyone agrees.
Sure.
Well, send for Augustina. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it makes sense to me. Check out the safer passage first.
Yeah, I have a time question. Have we been here more than an hour or less than an hour?
More than an hour.
Okay. And in that case, I would like to recast Rory's telepathic bond. Because it's a divination spell, I can regain a spell lower level than the one I cast, and it's a 5th level spell, so I'm going to regain a 4th level spell. And I'm going to recast Intellect Fortress on Tyndallzil and Siora using the spell spot I just regained.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm done recasting spells.
Should come in. Oh. Okay.
Sorry. But you all no longer have the mode of possibility if you never used it.
Right. Yeah, you all did spend time like searching the houses in these visions and such.
Makes
So you
sense to me.
Come in. This cavernous space slightly expands and contracts like the lung of a living, breathing creature. Natural fissures in the floor belch out columns of steam and bubbles. And the water here is warm. Red light also emanates from these vents, illuminating the chamber and the mouths of the tunnels that lead away from it. And Tyndall See at the far end of the 30-foot-high cavern, a monstrous fish with a red-streaked body chases a school of much smaller fish.
Through the telepathic bond, Tyndall will say, we need to move carefully. As we pass through this chamber.
Understood.
Alright. So, the most you see at this point is there's another passage far to the east, about 60 feet away. Is that where you'd like to go?
Is that the only passage?
Yep. That's what you can see.
Yeah, Zill's gonna do his best to be unobtrusive as we slowly swim across.
Okay. Take your time and attempt to swim here. So I need everyone to give me a stealth check as you're trying to slowly go here.
Are there any inspirations left? Or
There should still be 2.
two? Okay, I'm gonna take one.
I got a 29. Well, actually, it was a 31, but I have to subtract the 2, so.
For advantage. That was a 15. Oh, a 13, Matt, with exhaustion.
Okay.
Matt, I'm going to use my story retelling inspiration. Roll this straight instead of at disadvantage.
Okay.
24.
I am going to go back to my research from my Bastion action that we talked about and say that I was aware of this fish and its detection abilities so that I can re-roll that stealth check.
Nice.
Well, that's much better. That's an 18.
All right. Then you watch as you all move and Zill just starts to kick up rocks and dust as you see
Oh no.
this enormous creature. See the much tasty and a little slower moving meal start moving. At the same time, you can see bits of blood from your injuries have begun to move through the water, and the fish seem to smell a meal themselves and are coming towards your injured selves. And we will go on our break.
No, guys, I'm sorry.
Okie day. Let's go here. Moving. I'm ready for this. Oh.
No.
Get this going.
Be right back.
The dogs are saying we don't want to freeze. Okay.
Smart dogs.
Yes.
Running. Ready? I was just wondering, it was just one of you. Oh yeah, the other one's right over there.
All right, you can roll for initiative.
Yeah, roll.
$27.
I got a 22 by rolling a natural 20.
Thank you. I got a whopping 8 with advantage.
I also have an 8, but no advantage.
My favorite things, Julie, sometimes because you make these characters that always get this high initiative, and you're always like, "But I don't like going first." I'm always like, "Do you know the initiative crew?" That's so funny.
But I have this feature
It's
that
true.
lets me swap initiatives.
Yes.
So I can swap my initiative with Zill.
All right. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Oh, I'll take that. Thank you.
All right. So put 8 for you. I'll put 27. That's a great thing to tell the GM early, like you just did. So that's very good before I press my button. Appreciated.
Or he'll say, "Damn it, Julie," instead of "Damn it, Bobby."
No, we only say thank you, Bobby.
No.
Minus when you die. A lot.
On Thursday, it's "Thank you, Lou."
So, all right. So, the Bloodfin at this point is about 10 feet from Zil.
Oh, see, I asked you where they were, and you said, oh, they're everywhere.
Oh. Okay. And the Soulfish are about 15 feet away. Zil, it is your turn.
Okay, so Zil will activate his last remaining rage. He is going to dart forward, and as part of his bonus action to rage, he gets an attack, which he will make recklessly. So 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that is 9 points of magical slashing and 8 points of psychic damage from the Ruidium Great Axe.
Very good.
And then as his action, he is going to use his last 5. Oh, it's not his last 5, he's 8. Okay, well, he's going to use 5 of his maneuver points. And you'll watch his jaw bisect, elongate, and then dislocate. And he's going to surge into the throat of this creature and make a big old bite.
Nice.
Oh no! That is only shoot. Do I get to use advantage on this one? I don't know if I do. Carrion Feast. It is a melee weapon attack. Okay. Can I get reckless with this though? I don't know.
I think it's all your attacks that turn. No, melee weapon attacks that turn.
It is? Okay, okay.
As long as it's a melee weapon, it should count.
Yeah, okay. That would be bad. Alright, let's try this again, team. Oof, a 15 to hit?
15 does not hit as it sparks again. Whoa, it just hits
Alright.
the hard skin of this.
Yikes, team. Alright, that was my big move.
Ooh.
Yikes. Positioning wise,
Reckless usually works.
I know.
Good.
I think, yeah, he'll hold position just up flush with the creature. That's my turn.
Tyndall.
Thinking about some options, guys. All right, we're going to do this. So I'm going to spend a charge. Let's see, is he within 15 feet? Is still within 15 feet of me? I need to move forward a little bit. So put me in front of our group. So I'm basically right behind Zil. I'm going to use a bonus action to expend a charge on the Jewel of Three Prayers. And I'm going to teleport Zil to the other side of this creature so that he's within 5 feet of both of them. The redfin or whatever and the
Oh, cool.
and I need them to make a DC 18 con save.
So this is the Slytherin Bloodfin, the big guy.
Oh,
Both of
Both
them
of them.
within 5 feet because I'm putting them within 5 feet of both.
Gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying. So only the Starfish need to make it.
no, go!
Whoa. I didn't know if you meant Zill and the thing as opposed to. I was confused.
Oh no, both of the enemies need to make a DC 18 concert.
So the big guy got an 18.
Okay, so that makes it.
And a 6 for the swarm.
Cool. So the swarm is blinded and takes 25 radiant damage.
Wow.
And the red fin takes half of that, so 12.
Nice.
And then we are gonna we're going to do a 4th level Spirit Guardians. So now I need them to make a Wisdom saving throw. This one's a DC 16.
Okay. So do the swarm here for 16.
Yeah, so they take half, which will be 5.
Okay, and 15. So the other one will take 10.
Yep.
They take 5. Very good.
Okay, and that is my turn, I guess.
Okay. So with that then, I guess they're going to move and occupy Zill's space. My little swarm here. And, or I guess, were they close to the Tyndall? Is that what I'm seeing? Okay, so they're occupying Tyndall space then. And go ahead and just look at the board. Yeah. Now they make their bite here. Oh, only for 10.
Yeah, we'll miss.
Okay. Just move in. And they make their wisdom save at the end of their turn.
Yep.
For a nat 20.
But they still take half damage for 10.
Very nice. So Nazan.
I like the portal back to town, rest them, and then come back.
Nope, we decided on this.
I am going to cast first level chromatic orb at the big fish. Being cold. Oh,
Sorry, what do you do? Your audio would rock up a little bit for me.
sorry. I'm
Fish.
going to do chromatic orb at the big fish.
You got
At
it.
first level. It's a 28 to hit. That is 10 cold damage to the big fish.
Okay. You said it was 28 to hit?
Yep.
Okay. You got it. And okay, strikes out, freezing. Part of it is bloodied. And real quick, Devin, I was just looking at this because I was trying to remember. Look at Spirit Guardians. Look at Emanation. and these fish are occupying your space. And I'm not sure they are affected, but go. We can kind of.
Well, I can have it affect my space as an emanation.
Oh, that's true, because it affects your space by default. Because when you do it, you choose it.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect creatures of your choice. Never mind. So we're good in this particular instance. Perfect. Anything else in the zone? Very cool. They should have made it all weird. Sierra.
Is there any way I can flank the big guy with anybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty, swinging at it with my short sword. For a 24.
All right. 24 hits.
Okay, so that is 10 magical damage. Let's get some sneak attack in there for an additional 4. Using the nicked action, gonna swing at it with the dagger. Ooh, for a 25.
That hits.
For an additional 1 point of damage. And using my second attack on the short sword for a 20 to hit.
That hits.
For an additional 10 points of damage.
Nice.
And that will be my turn.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and bite at Zill.
I was reckless, Matt, so they do have advantage.
Thank you. For 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right. It bites down hard, grappling and restraining for 12 piercing damage.
Half to 6?
Yes, if you have
Okay.
your stuff. Ooh, it tries to swallow you for 14.
Not quite.
Starts choking. And then
Daddy, you got me choked up.
That's right.
it takes its tail and strikes at Ciora for 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 18 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Ends its turn with a wisdom save for 5.
Cool. Do you want me to re-roll, or do you just want me to use the same dice? Because I still have.
What is the 20? So this would be 20. We'll just do that. And how do you kill it at the end of its turn?
So yeah, I mean, it tries to bludgeon Ciora, and it in return gets bludgeoned by a bunch of spectral books. Some karmic retribution.
Very good. Then Zill.
All right. Zill is wrapped up in this thing's coil. Or no, he's not. Right. So newly freed from this thing's coils.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I don't know. I wasn't even thinking. Here we go. So, as that goes, it explodes. And I need everyone in a 10-foot radius sphere from the point of the blood fin. I need a Constitution saving throw and some poison damage.
Ooh. 25.
18 minus my 2 would be a 16.
Just a 14 for me.
Okay, so that's just Tyndall for 11 poison. Blood singes you. All right, so now we got Zill. Freed from
He
the
will
coils.
swim through that cloud of murk to swipe at the swarm. Does a 14 hit?
Indeed.
Okay. That is going to be a whopping. Oh, that's a great roll. That's 18 points of magical slashing, plus 6 additional points of psychic, for a total of 24.
All right, seems unaffected by psychic damage.
Ah. And then a whopping 15 to hit.
Hits.
And that's another okay roll. That is 16 points of magical slashing.
They are bloodied.
And bonus action. I don't. No, I'll leave it for now. That is my turn.
And Tyndall.
I think what's probably most productive is for me to disengage and to move 15 feet away, and then to move, well, actually, probably 20 feet away, and then move 5 feet back toward it so that I'm within 15 again.
Very nice. We will do a new roll since it's your turn again.
Yeah.
They fail.
24.
Nice.
That was a really good roll.
Yeah. Anything else?
That was my action, and I don't have a lot I can do with a bonus action. So yeah, that's gonna be it.
It's turn. Looks like it's going to go ahead and swarm Zil. And I'll need a wisdom saving throw.
Thanks to my homie's intellect fortress, that is a natural 20 for a
Oh,
20.
nice. All right, looks like that will be half of this, so it'll be 18 half to 9 psychic damage.
Nice.
5, 10. Occupying Zill's space, is it within the 15 feet of Tyndall?
But I did that right last time. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't occupying the space before, that's why I was asking.
Oh, well, they're on the same line.
That's fine. That's what I was asking. So then, would they be able to get away from it then if they went on the other side of Zill?
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do. Then we'll go to Nazan.
Face the wrong way, buddy. Battle's over
Oh,
there.
actually, really. It died to the end of its turn, so I apologize, everyone. Before we go to you, Nazan, the water in here suddenly begins to boil as you've destroyed the big creature here. So it's the start of the turn, so I do need Nazan and Zil. Sorry, not Nazan. Zil and Tyndall. And then I guess Nazan, because Nazan's starting their turn, to please give me con saves.
Would you believe I just rolled 2 natural 20s in a row?
I got an 18.
Nice.
I got a 9.
All right. So you fail, but here we go. So successes. Calf. This, so the failure will take 23 fire damage, not halved by water because it's boiling water, and then 11 for those who succeeded. All right, now Nazan, it is your turn.
I made my con save for my spell I'm concentrating on.
Perfect.
I would like to. Are the fish still within 60 feet of me?
Oh yeah.
I would like to cast Toll the Dead. DC 17 Wisdom save.
$20.
Well, that would mean they save Mac. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think. How close is the nearest ally to Zill?
15.
Great. Do I have enough movement to get within 10 feet of Zill?
Moving underwater.
I think
I have a
you.
slow speed, and I don't remember where it tells me my speed is on this character
You're
sheet.
30 from him, you're fine.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Right there. Cool. That's how I would like to end my turn.
Nice. And Siora.
I guess since they're technically occupying his space, I can't flank with him.
Correct.
Okay.
No, they're not occupying a space, so you can flank with them.
Oh. Okay, so if I can flank them, I will.
There we go. Add to the question you phrased. Didn't answer reality. It was a question.
Okay. Swinging at him with the short sword. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Nice. Alright, so that's 10 points of magical piercing. Plus some sneak attack here for 10. Using the nicked action, swinging at him with the dagger. Ooh. For a 24 to hit.
Yes.
That's an additional 1 point of damage. Then second attack with the short sword for a 21 to hit for an additional 8 points of damage. And that will be my turn.
Very good. Then Orchard on the start. Siora, give me that con save.
Uh, 15, so minus 2, 13.
13 will fail for 29 fire damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're getting roasted. We gotta get out of here.
Yes, we do.
Zill.
Oh, yes. Zill's going to chop chop. That is 24 to hit. 10 points of magical slashing. And then a 21 to hit
That hits.
for 11 points of magical
All
slashing.
right. How do you kill the swarm?
He cuts through the center mass, and then whatever is left, he'll lash out and catch in those fangs, tearing them to pieces.
Awesome. And at the start of your turn, it needed a con save too.
Yes. Ooh, that's only a 15?
That will do it for you. Only 10 fire damage.
10 fire damage. Okay.
What do you want? How do you want to finish your turn?
He's gonna make for the direction of the, I guess, nearest exit. Well, not the way that they came in. I guess he's trying to cross the
So go across. the
chamber.
room.
Yeah.
Okay. So your speed is 40 underwater with your swim speed.
It's 35 because of the exhaustion.
35. So move 35 towards that far exit. And And we go to Tyndall. Give me that con save.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So that will end up only being 12 fire damage coming after the halving. So
Cool.
5 after 12.
Okay, Tyndall's gonna start heading that direction, so he'll move his full 30 feet in the same direction as Zill. And along the way, he's starting to look pretty beat up, so he's gonna pop a Cure Wounds at 4th level on himself.
Nice.
Because it's what I got that's gonna be enough. It's way more than I need, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's what I need. Okay. Cool. I didn't chop all the way off. Anything interesting with that bonus action? Not really. So that's gonna be my turn.
Very good. Nazan con save.
Oh,
Alas, the dice have decided to betray me. 5.
Okay. He betrayed you twice for 32 fire damage. Not max, but pretty close.
Yeah. 8.
And what would you like to do?
I would like to use my movement and my action to move towards the exit, 60 feet, or as close as I can without getting out of 10 feet from Zill.
Get you out. If you want to stay within 10 feet.
Yeah, you can get out of here, or you can be within 10 of Zill.
I don't think I need to make any wisdom saves between now and then, right? No, I'll stay where I am. I told him I wouldn't go far, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Siora con save.
I rolled a 3.
Oh,
We'll just
no.
leave it at that.
See what happens. 19 fire.
Okay, I'm down.
Unconscious go Siora. And we go to Zill.
Shoot. It'll cost my action to do anything to help her. How does Nazan look HP wise?
he looks hurt, but not exactly close to being down yet.
Nazan is within the margin of error of this room.
Okay. Zill's gonna catch up to Nazan, and as an action, use his Asimar healing hands. Give him a whopping 12 hit points. And then I guess progress towards.
Give yourself 12, Bobby. Don't take 12.
I don't know how this game works.
Oh God! The Ruidium corruption.
The
Watching
lower
the
number is
numbers
better,
go
right?
down.
We want the lower number.
Oh God. And then, yeah, I guess it will continue on towards that exit. I mean, he's
Okay.
just hoping and praying that Tyndall has a healing word for her, I guess.
All right, Zill out. Then Dive, you do a con save?
Not at the beginning.
Okay, let's do it.
That's a 21. Or no, 19, sorry.
19. Let's pass. For 14, half to 7.
Okay. Jeez Louise.
And then Tyndall con save.
That's a 9.
Okay. See what we get. It is 26 fire.
Jeez, okay. Okay, so movement-wise, Tyndall wants to be between Siora and the exit, with as close to the exit as he can get while Siora's within 15 feet. I don't know how much movement that takes to get me there.
Take our department.
Get Kira?
To get 15 feet away from Sierra towards the exit.
I can.
I want to be between Siora and the exit. That's important for maximizing my movement.
There.
Okay, so 15? Okay, cool. I am going to use a bonus action to activate the Jewel of Three Prayers, and I'm going to teleport Siora to the other side of me, 15 feet. So she just got a free 30-foot move. And then I'm going to move up to Siora. And we're going to action 4th level Cure Wounds.
Nice.
And now I got our low-level spell slots, guys.
There we go. Cleric doing their jobs. I love it.
32 hit points back for Siora.
Thank you.
And that's as much as I can get done this turn.
All right. Nazan. Let's do the con save.
Nine, Matt.
Okay. That is 17 fire damage. So you wouldn't have gone down, but it was close.
Would have been a lot closer. I will use my movement to get out of the room, hopefully. Then, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use a potion of healing. That's my bonus action.
All right. You do feel as you go out, the water cools. It's noticeably cooler. So it's not like your skin does tell you you've exited the danger zone.
Okay, cool. And that will end my turn.
All right. So then Siora con save.
Are there any inspos left in chat?
I think so, yes.
Okay, I'm going to use one of them.
I rolled 2 ones on my healing potion.
Ooh, and with that, I rolled a 19 minus 2, so 17.
All right. That's 18 half to 9 fire.
Okay, and then I would like to get up and use the rest of my movement and a bonus action dash to get out of this room.
Okay. All right. Zill, anything? Technically, you have a turn.
I don't know that I have anything to
Okay.
offer folks. Yeah.
That's fine. And then Tyndall con save.
That's a natural 20.
Nice. So 22 half to 11 fire.
Cool. And I would like to get out of this room post haste.
Very good.
Nobody likes my fun room.
I'm also sad to report that a spell failed. So Intellect Fortress is down.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, I forgot to keep track of my saving throws for Spirit Guardians after the combat was over. So I will just say that it's down.
All right. So you swam and swam out of the long room here. into a long, dark, winding tunnel. Before you go much further, what would you like to do?
Check for any traps.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
23.
Okay. You don't seem to see any.
Do we want to take a short rest?
Maybe not in this dark tunnel.
I didn't track Miss Cecina, but I don't think there's any way she could have made those con saves reliably
Okay. Fair
based on her
enough.
stat block.
I mean, we can if you want to, but this is kind of a dark tunnel, and
Well, I can make it a less dark tunnel if that would make you more comfortable.
well, I was more worried about something trying to sneak up on us.
I mean, we got a boiling room to our back that would be hard for most things to get through. Just saying.
I'm okay resting here.
Okay. We're going to take a short rest.
Okay.
We're going to attempt to take a short rest.
Yeah.
Bobby, you said like we gotta say it right. That's good. And all right. With that, then
Why didn't it roll those?
Anything we need to do to make sure we succeed in taking a short rest?
correct. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, Julie, don't use it yet.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you may successfully take a short rest.
Oh, okay.
And as you do, you find your minds invaded. You keep seeing visions. You see 2 parents place a baby in front of a priest of Palor. They're there begging for a blessing. The priest begins to make a gesture over the infant's head and then recoils in disgust. There's no help for him here. Don't be foolish. There's no cure for the mark of the red moon. As they are pointed out and away. Then another vision. The baker hides a dirty boy behind the counter in his shop, slipping him a tart when no one is looking. Outside, children crow and call for the omen-touched boy, laughing. They're like, where is you? Akshan! Cursed boy! So the patrons mutters to the baker. He's full of betrayer's blood, I heard. And your visions return to yourself. Yeah, guess you can have your short rest. And what would you like to do?
That is a good question.
And this has been so physically harrowing, but Zill is especially distraught and full of righteous anger as each of these visions concludes. And he just can't reconcile the treatment of this heroic figure. And I think it motivates him to ask out loud, why sacrifice so much to save a people that spurned him at every turn?
Maybe he was hoping to be for them what nobody was for him? I mean, can't really say. Maybe when we find him, you can ask him?
I want to know what the catalyzing event was as well. I mean, to overcome that much oppression, to choose to be the hero? There must have been some event that inspired him in some way. Unless he is a much better person than any that I've ever met.
Sometimes the smallest kindness can propel us to greatness. We saw kindness that was given to him.
Seeing that Zill is that distressed, I walk over and I hug him. And I pat him on the back and say, I understand, I feel your distress, I'm distressed as well, but together we can make it through this.
And he'll lean into that hug and nod in acknowledgement. I wonder if he was alone. I wonder if he had companions who he could rely on the way that I have relied on you all.
If he did, I'm going to say, based on what we've seen so far, they were far and few between.
I want to apologize, Tyndall, for my reaction earlier. Truth is, my faith in the Luxon is somewhat of an outlier in my den. Den Deer does not. They do not worship the Luxon. They have always followed Zalikas, a solar of the Archheart. in my family, our legends tell that this winged figure found one of our ancestors upon the battlefield outside Bazzoxan and restored them to health. And all my life, I've been ashamed of my den's lack of true and proper faith. And I attempted to compensate for their, though few would call it what it is heresy. And ever since I gained these abilities, I have attempted to be a stalwart and faithful servant of the Luxon. And now I find myself in this place in pursuit of this hero who was also blessed by the Archheart more directly, but for all these blessings, I know you tire of my complaints. The half-god was not blessed. It appears he was cursed by them to suffer all these indignities, to survive on and on as he watched these horrors unfold. But you have been nothing but a kind and stalwart friend, and you did not deserve rough treatment. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I appreciate the apology, but I understand somewhat your perspective. I can see how that would make you reluctant. I must admit to my own religious faith being tested here. I'm a follower of Ayun with connections to Seanin, the Moonweaver, and I've never thought that the gods were necessarily exclusive. And my ties to Seanin has been much weaker throughout most of my life. But this jewel, Alex Shawn was blessed by not only the Archheart, but Seanin and Avandra, the Changebringer. And so I must think that it's possible that we can... I don't know that the gods are exclusive based on what we've experienced. And I don't know as much about the Luxon. I'm not as familiar with him. I've certainly heard I've heard what you've got to say. But I've never heard... I suppose the Bright Queen must hear the voice of the Luxon directly. But I'm less familiar with people hearing from the Luxon directly, so I don't know whether they would be exclusive with their blessings or not. But I feel, based on my experience, that we shouldn't believe that the gods' blessings are exclusive. Just something I've been wrestling with. So I understand your discomfort. Matt, I have a question. During the short rest, would it have been possible for me to study the teleportation tablet? Or would that have disrupted the short rest?
You can certainly do that. Yeah.
Cool. It's my understanding that's an Arcana check.
Yes.
As it happens, I have expertise, so this should go well. That's a 33.
Wow.
Sorry, you needed a 35.
Well, that would have been a natural 20.
So, in that case, you look at it. From looking at the ones before, you can seem to think that it would still go somewhere in on Corel. That's
Okay.
the best you can figure.
Cool. So not some random frozen wasteland, but on Corel.
Correct.
I'll keep that in mind if we need to do a oh crap moment.
Yeah, above table, I'm sure we're all in similar shape, but I'm pretty tapped. I can't even rage anymore.
And if I'm remembering correctly, it was not advised to try and take a long rest here. Is that like madness or something?
I would just say, like you said, the longer you are here and continuously here, you feel the Othian's influence and mind creeping into yours. You have water. You have water breathing. You are breathing in his very consciousness.
Should we continue on?
Now I have some magical energy still, but it is getting low. But I wonder what we. If we go back, do we lose the momentum we've already made?
Above table, this is a mega dungeon.
Okay.
So I was going to kind of mention this isn't your. For those of you who have not, I don't know, none of you maybe have played through a mega dungeon with me. So it is many, many rooms. It's not a 5, because the standard's like a 5 roomer. And most things, this is big.
In other words, we're probably not going to be able to explore the whole thing in one go. Got it.
With that in mind, should we return to the city now that we know we have the teleportation thing?
Well, it only works once.
I think our other choice would be to backtrack. Back to that room of boiling hot water that nearly killed us. If let's be honest, the thing that's almost killed us the most was the beginning big fish and that boiling water.
Yep. Well, and we don't know where it's going to go, so I'd rather use it when we have some resources in case we need to fight our way out. But I do know it'll be an on Corel, so we aren't going to end up totally lost. So, do we use it now? Do we check out one more room?
Listen, the adventurer in me wants to do one more room. The player character wants to do one more room. Bobby's thinking that might not be a good thing. If we're talking what we want to do, but we could do that thing where we vote, and then everybody is heard. So if you think we should do one more room, raise your hand.
Can I modify this somewhat? Like, what if we just like looked at the room, like confirmed? Okay, there's something big swimming around, or there's eldritch horrors, or like a weird, statue that looks like a ritual needs to be performed on.
I think, unless you can summon your familiar again, we would actually have to physically look in the room. And I believe somebody says you can't look in a room without being in a room.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure somebody says that.
I have heard that once before myself.
I'm
I
fine either way.
I don't think I can cast my feature for Messicina again today. So yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
also concerned with you not having any rages. If I'm being 100% honest.
No, you're right. We should retreat.
All right, then.
I'll go to that special school and maybe learn a spell that'll allow us to teleport back later. I have a teleportation circle in my, just so you know. Howard.
Oh, wait,
All
that
right.
is true.
You just need to learn the spell.
Would we be able to cast it underwater? Because you got to draw it out with chalk, don't
Chalk. Oh.
That is very interesting. I was just thinking about that when he set up. I'm like, would that?
you? Or could you draw it out with something else?
It's with special chalk, but it is magical chalk. So we can. I think I would say,
Okay, I'll cast Liamon's Tiny Hut, which is a dry.
it is. That's what I'm saying. You could get. It's
Okay.
I could.
and
one I
Leomin's
think
a ritual, so you could definitively.
Yeah.
Maybe just snapped off a piece of ruidium and use that to cast it. That would overcome.
That sounds like a great idea.
I think we should only use ruidium for our spell components from now on.
So
So we're breaking the tablet to teleport? Is that what we're doing? That's how that works, right?
That does sound like the plan.
That's the plan. Okay.
So
Yeah, it's like,
to-
finally! I thought you guys were just going to keep going till you died.
So Tyndall will take the tablet he's been holding, and it seems we're decided.
Squeeze in real close.
He'll break it, and it creates a teleportation circle for us to all jump through.
Zill unnecessarily hugs everyone and carries them through.
So the deep cold and pressure that you're in suddenly gives way to the hot sun of Ankarel. Your ears so pop. Deep sea pressure.
Yeah, we
to
get the
this.
bends.
Ah!
We deep
But
pressure.
Iridium protects you. It's the whole point of that Iridium. But it is a little bit of a shock. You are safe, and the wind begins to blow and dry. And you are safe with what you have gotten thus far. You're able to go about your way. Any little bit anybody wants to just make sure they say, because I know sometimes we have things before we would just end for tonight as you're back up top.
I think I'm going to sleep for 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, because you have that exhaustion, yeah?
Yeah.
So, All right. So you're gonna take a few days up here, which is good to go. I think you're given a few weeks to do this, so you get kind of why there's these times. Come back to this next week.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.